Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Recently on the gold wing restoration I was doing, I measured the thickness of these discs to see whether they were within manufacturer's tolerances and whether I need to source some new ones. And somebody asked me if I could explain how to read the thickness or the measurement of this using my imperial micrometer. So I thought we'd give that a go today. Just as a how-to video. You can of course measure it with something like this, vernier calipers. Makes life a lot easier and quicker in theory, particularly if you've got one like this that swaps from metric to imperial. The problem I find with these is that the measurement part is, let me just grab hold of my pointy stick. Let's see if we can get that, yeah, is really that bit there, and the problem with that is that if you've got something like this which has got a pronounced lip on it, it's very difficult to get an accurate measurement with these. As it happens, these ones do step in near the top, so they're not too bad. I can get them over this to measure it, so we'll double check you know what I'm measuring in a bit with those. But basically this is an old school, if you like, micrometer. So this one was given to me when I finished my apprenticeship many moons ago, my engineering apprenticeship. So I like to get it out every now and then and just clean it up and give it a go, and I'll show you how to use it today. Okay, I've got this set up in my vise with some soft jaws and a cloth just for safety because I don't want to damage it. And this particular micrometer can measure up to 1 inch. So I'm going to go through the process of how this works. So if we close the jaws right up, basically you can see that this 0 here is lined up with that line there. So that's measuring absolutely nothing at the moment. We're basically zeroed, if you like, and there's no gap in between the jaws at all. As we start to open this up, what we're interested in at the moment are the lines that are appearing here. So not these ones, and not these ones. These ones just here. So as I open this up, that first line that's just appeared there is 25 thousandths of an inch. We carry on. The next one, the longer one, is 50,000, 75,000, and then that one, when the 1 appears, is 100,000. Okay, so if we carry on going out like that, we've got 125, 150, 175, and then 200 thousandths of an inch. Okay. Then we come on to this measurement here, and if we wind this back until the 0 is lined up with that line, and we can just see that 2 in the very edge of that line, that is 200 thousandths of an inch. Okay. If we turn this to, say, number 5, we then add that 5 to 200 thousandths of an inch. So that is 205 thousandths of an inch. And then as we turn it again, we get to the 10. So 210 thousandths, 215, 220, and then when we get around to the 0, you can almost just see it right there. That is 225. That's the first one of those small lines appearing, and next on the 0, so that's 225 thousandths of an inch. So if we turn that now to the next 5, up on here, oops, here, we know that's 225, and we add that 5 to the 225. So that makes that 230 thousandths of an inch now. Okay, so let's just go for something random. Let's go for, say, over half an inch. Okay. So what we've done there is we've got 525, that's the first line, that's 525 thousandths of an inch, plus 20, which is lined up. So 525 plus 20 is 545 thousandths of an inch, or 0.545 of an inch. Okay. Now, the next part of reading this is these numbers up here. Okay, when I say these numbers, I mean these ones here. So that's how we get to the first three decimal places. So let's set this to, let's say, so we've got 200 thousandths of an inch there. And then if we come round to here, say to the 10, so we're looking at the 10 there, lined up with the line through the centre. So that is 210 thousandths of an inch, so 0.210. So that's given us three decimal places. If we come round to say there, that gives us 211 thousandths of an inch. And again, we're at three decimal places, or we're effectively at four, because the line there is directly lined up. On the end of the number, we'd put a 0, so it would be 2110. But we can get more accurate than that, because this thing will measure to four decimal places. So let's say, for instance, we went to halfway between the 11 and the 12 there. Okay, so we're now halfway between the 11 and the 12. So you could estimate that and say, well, I think that is 2115 of an inch, so 0.2115, and the 5 is obviously the fourth decimal place. And you can verify that, because these lines up here, which are graduated from 0 through to 0, but what you're really interested in is the 1 through to the 9. You can't see it because of the way the camera's set up. But these lines here, the one that most closely lines up with these lines here is the 5, because we are halfway between 211 and 212 here. Okay, so if let's see if I can show you, so that's 211, so 0.211, but you can't really tell, but if I moved the camera up, that 0 would be, or is in fact, lined up exactly with that line there. Okay, if I move that just very, very slightly, so we're above 2110, the line that's now lined up like with it exactly is that line, which is the 1. So 2111. So that's 0.2111 of an inch. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense to you. So what I was saying was, as we were moving this around, you can see these numbers here, and these line up with these, and what we're looking for is the one that lines up the best. So in this case, that one lines up, none of the others do, so the fourth digit would be a 2. Okay, I hope I made some sense of that for you. I say most times these days, people don't really use these. They tend to use vernier calipers, or perhaps they'll use you can get digital versions of these as well. Sometimes it's just a bit of fun, keep the brain ticking over, and do it the old way. I'm going to verify now what I've just shown you on that disc using the modern vernier caliper and using this micrometer. Okay, so you can see the vernier caliper on there, and it's measuring 5.5 millimeters. This disc has a minimum thickness of 5 mil, so we are within spec there. It's obviously worn quite a bit because it has got a definite lip on there, but it is within spec. So let's try that with a micrometer. Okay, so what have we got there? I'm not on the lip, I've come away from the lip. I'd normally put it further on the disc, but it's difficult to get the camera in and show you what I'm doing. But so that is 0.217 something. Okay, so we're on, so we're reading, don't forget we're reading this scale first. So we've got 0.2, then we're adding this number to it. And in this case, it's above 1.7, but not 1.8. So it's 0.217. And then we come around to this scale here. And if we can get it to focus, we're looking for the number that lines up the best there, which I would say was the, go on, focus. Probably the 5. So that would be 0.2175 is where we're at there. Okay, 0.2175. Right, just remember that. Okay, so we measured 0.2175 on the micrometer. This being a cheap plastic Chinesium thing that came out of a cracker, probably, only measures to 2 digital places, to 2 decimal places rather. So I've set it to 0.21, but the reading we got was actually close to 0.22. But if I swap that now from inches to millimeters, there we go, 5.4. And with this, I actually measured 5.5 on the disc itself. So if I now go back and change this to 0.22, if I can manage to do that. Oops, a bit too much. 0.22, and then have another look. 5.7. So we're roughly right in the middle of where we thought, 5.5. So we know that disc is good, we can reuse that, and we've confirmed that we've been reading that micrometer correctly as well. So yep, hope you found that useful. Just a bit of fun really, so you don't really need to, unless you're in an engineering shop, you probably don't need to use these so much these days, but well, I don't need to use it so much these days. But yeah, just a bit of fun. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next video.